Hello and welcome back to Character Spotlight, where we do a little dive into the player characters that make up the Lotus Vale D&D campaign. So today we have Maria with us,
Hello.
and go ahead and tell everybody your character's name, race, and class.
So my character's name is Zephhyr Shadowleaf, the brother of Zoro Shadowleaf, and right now I think I'm level 2 rogue and level 4 sorcerer, and I am a half elf.
Okay. And then how did
Yeah.
Zephyr come to Lotus Vale?
Um, well, I watched my brother's one of these, John's,
Mhm.
how he described it. It basically was that we were living out in the streets, most of the time I was the distraction, doing something cool with like magic, and then Zoro was able to just cut a couple coin purses,
Sure.
and then we would, at the end of the day. But we might have, gone a little bit too far, and we went against one of the higher nobles and might have stolen something very precious to him.
hmm
And then we had to basically flee for, maybe our lives,
Sure.
maybe not. And
And
we came to the, yeah.
no, go on.
I was saying, we came to the new continent and
Yeah.
then just met up with the rest of the party.
Sure. What was the ring that you had? Because John couldn't remember what ring it was that
Yeah,
you
I,
got.
I was watching that video and I was like, I didn't remember what his ring
Yeah.
was. So
Yeah.
mine was, I took the necklace of like abjuration
Mhm.
and made it into a ring. So basically, it's a ring that allows you to cast shield once per day
Gotcha.
or
Okay.
something like that.
That's what it was. Okay. And have you ever used said ring?
No, because I'm smart and I actually haven't really been attacked in
That's true.
combat
Yeah.
since I got the ring
hmm
and like figured out what it was after we went to Rosethorn.
hmm
I have just been smart
Yeah.
in using my bonus
Yeah.
action hides.
Tides.
So
Yeah. 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 Rogues in the back line. That's crazy.
yeah, yeah. Wow, it's crazy, right?
Yeah. All right. How would you describe Zephyr in a few words?
Ooh, Zephyr is um like what the character that you want to play. She's like the one who is like, I think she's inherently like, chaotic neutral, maybe
hmm
leaning towards chaotic good,
Sure.
but she's like very playful, will sneak around to get whatever she wants, but also she's very much just like a distraction.
Sure. Yeah.
And I feel like very charismatic, and it's fun to play someone who just can do things by
Yeah.
words alone.
Sure.
Just
And
being
with
like,
with your deception at plus 11.
I think it's actually +9 right
Oh,
now.
is it? Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it's
Gotcha.
+11.
Gotcha.
I could make it go to plus. Put a double proficiency
Yeah.
on that. No, but it's been really fun to like. She's very much like confident
hmm
and like will basically do whatever the heck she wants, but also is very much like protective of Zoro
Sure.
and she has a soft spot for orphans.
Yeah.
Just a little bit, just a little
Yeah.
bit of one.
And you have a couple orphans in the town.
Yeah, just maybe Stephen and Lydia.
Yeah.
They might have lost the horse and destroyed a
I
book,
destroyed a book.
but you know,
Yeah.
they're just learning.
That was all right. So like that was when they destroyed the book, and then Joshua tried to cast mending on it. Like that was like I
Yeah,
was freaking out
like
because
please no.
mechanically perfectly valid. But so like backstory, I had written basically like
Yeah,
a history book for those that don't know, and it was like what like 15 20 pages
oh,
long,
it
and
was weirdly long, and I was
yeah.
like, what the heck? There's a
Yeah.
table of contents in
Yeah.
here and everything.
So basically, I wrote half of it, and I didn't want to wait to
Hmm.
finish the rest of it to give it to the party. So I phrased it in the game where Stephen and Lydia, these two orphans, were just like fighting over control of this book to turn it in because it was so valuable, and half the book like flies off into the ocean. And then Joshua's character comes in and he's like, "I want to cast mending on the book," and I'm like, "Dude, you can't. This is hours of work that I haven't done yet. I can't do this on the spot." Like a lot of things I can make up on the spot. Like when you want to go scouring through a temple that I haven't planned out yet. Sure, I can plan
Exactly.
that. I can't write half a book in 2 minutes. Um,
And somehow in the temple that you made up,
mhm.
John managed to fall 60 feet almost to his death.
Almost to his death down a well.
Still managed to
But
almost kill himself.
but he learned a very important lesson in how fall damage worked in 5e.
Yes.
So, anyways, back on topic.
Back on topic.
Has Zephyr developed any friendships with those around you? Any like bonding moments that popped up through your adventure so far?
I feel like, it's difficult, but with my brother, I basically kind of do everything with him
Sure.
because of just our background.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like we have, the
There's
whole
a
like,
natural connection there, yeah.
the first time we were in Rosethorn, of us being like, of course we're gonna go to the temple and
Mm-hmm.
sneak in the back entrance. Like, of
Sure.
course we're gonna do that.
Yeah.
But also, I feel like I've had a couple of moments with like Jarthur,
Mm,
and just like we're kind of the exact opposite type of person.
sure.
Because he's kind of like more strict, or not
Mm-hmm.
more strict, but he's like more serious about
Yeah.
things, and I'm
Yeah.
kind of this like aloof.
Yeah.
And it's especially when I'm here at home and
Mm,
I'm sitting next to David while
right.
he's playing Jarthur, I
Yeah.
feel like I have a bit more like back and forth conversation with him
Sure.
about
Yeah.
how
It's
things
well, it's a
happen.
lot easier to do that in person. And
Oh, it is.
for reference, in game, Zephyr's
Oh yeah.
brother is
Yes.
Zoro.
Sorry.
Out of
hmm
game, Maria and David are brother and sister.
It's
So when
it's
you say my
terrible.
brother, I always have to like think for a second. I'm like, all right, what's the
Which one is she
context of
talking
this?
about?
Which brother is she talking about? The real one or the D&D one?
How I
So,
explain it to my mom, is I'm
mm,
like my in-game brother and my
sure.
real life brother.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Can you share any particularly memorable or impactful moments that Zephyr has had in the campaign so far?
I feel like one of the most impactful moments was right after we went to that one town. What was it called? Like Meadowhay?
Oh, Lavender Vale with
It
the
was
vampire guy?
with the vampire
Yeah, yeah,
guy.
yeah.
And
Lavender
like
Vale.
Maria, made a big oof during that. Zephyr did
Yeah,
not. That was all me,
yeah.
and forgetting how spells work, and also having a headache from a full day of,
Mm,
nursing school.
sure.
You know. But then after, like, Zephyr being able to basically, like, comfort the dead vampire's son, and
Hmm.
then also get him to come back to our town
Sure.
and be our, like, mayor or whatever that
Yeah.
he is now,
Hmm.
like, that was pretty fun, of being able to have that moment
Yeah.
as a character with, like, an NPC and be like, haha,
Sure.
you texted me, like, his, stats, and I'm like,
Yeah.
yes!
Yeah.
I got an
Yeah.
NPC follower.
Yeah, Tomlin. Yeah, Tomlin has been a great
Tomlin.
resource.
He's
Because
great.
he knows how to run a town when you guys aren't
hmm
there to actively run the town.
It's
So
great.
yeah,
It leaves us to go and do other things and then come back
yeah,
to our town
sure.
and
Do
just make
things that
executive
actually
decisions.
grow the town instead of
Yeah.
sitting over day to day. So, um, all right. What's the funniest or most surprising thing that's happened to Zephyr so far?
Oh goodness.
You've
Hmm.
watched the other videos. You should know what questions are coming up.
I know what questions are coming up, but it's just so many like weird, funny things have happened
Hmm.
that I'm gonna say just a quick one
Hmm.
in the beginning, and then I have a bigger one.
Okay.
So the first one is that I actually changed from a bard to a sorcerer,
Hmm.
but
Right.
in the first episode we did, we
Hmm.
were all level 1 rogues, and
Yeah.
my plan was level 2 rogue and then bard.
Sure.
My brother was one death save and medicine check away from being
Oh
fully
yeah.
dead.
Yeah.
Like
That
like
was a brutal
Zoro,
series of rolls.
and I feel like it was only funny that I was like, you know what? If my brother dies, I'm going full chaotic evil
Yeah.
warlock.
Yeah.
But that didn't happen. So, but the
Barely.
funniest thing I remember is Eric made us a full play
Hmm.
script for the episode that your sister left,
Yeah.
Chris
Christina.
left,
Yeah. Hmm.
Christina, and it was hilarious.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that
It
script
was a great
of
play.
us making fun of like
Yeah.
ourselves,
Yeah.
like you made Zephyr say, if my parents were still here, they probably would abandon me still,
Yeah.
or something like
Yeah.
that. And
Yeah.
oh, I remember laughing so hard at that. The entire episode,
Sure.
honestly.
Yeah. No, that was a great one. Yeah. Yeah. I just picked out
It
little
was
tiny
it was
parts
it
from
was so
each
much
character
fun.
and just magnified them giantly, humorously. So yeah. Yeah.
Wait,
That
hold on, I
was
can't hear you.
Oh no, don't do that. Can you hear me now? And we're back after some technical difficulties.
Difficulties, yes.
So, anyways, we were talking about what were we talking about?
Zephyr's favorite moment
Oh
of
yes,
yeah. I feel like just the whole play was very fun,
sure.
especially with Kano. Wait, with David playing
Kano,
Kano
yeah, and
and,
all the
and
meows.
Kano playing Jarthur
Yeah,
was very funny.
yeah, yeah. I honestly expected when I originally wrote that for everyone to switch roles. Um, so I'm surprised that you and John actually kept who you were. You know?
Well, because I feel like as a character,
Yeah.
Zephyr was just so excited to finally be
Yeah,
on stage.
sure, yeah, yeah. You be
She was
yourself
like,
on
"This
stage.
this
Yeah,
is what I'm good at. Like
yeah,
I'm good at performance."
sure, yeah. So going, we've kind of touched on this a little bit, but like, what's your favorite thing that another player has done? So out of everything, it could be something you even mentioned. Just like give me like top favorite thing, maybe.
Favorite thing that someone has done.
Yeah.
My John not dying. That's
Him
been a
not dying
really
is your
good
favorite
one.
thing. Yeah, yeah,
It's in the top up there.
yeah. And he's had
I
some
feel
close calls.
like even going back to when we were first level, that
Mm,
first ever arena match we had,
yeah,
where Jarthur just cast sleep and
yeah.
then the entire it was
It was
done.
over.
It
Yep.
was over. I was like, kind of cool, kind of
Yeah.
cool. Um, and I don't know, something I can't remember exactly what happened, but there was something about Goldie and the rats.
Yeah.
And how
Oh, yeah.
she tried to animal handle him and it
Yeah.
just did not work.
Yeah, it was Speak with Animals, I think.
Yeah, it was
She
Speak with
tried like
Animals.
talking to them to get them to leave the city.
And it
Unfortunately,
just didn't work.
yeah, rats aren't intelligent enough to understand any language. So, and they're not smart enough to communicate back. So, you know,
It was fun though
it was
because
worth a try. It was great.
Christina,
Yeah.
yeah, she was a new player.
Yeah.
So it was like do the spell, do
Yeah.
the cool thing,
Yeah. Yeah.
mess up Eric's
Yeah,
plans.
and she went full Disney princess on those rats.
She went. I
And it
know,
still didn't
so
work. I'm
excited.
like, calm down, Cinderella, chill. What's
Yeah.
and then favorite thing the DM has done? I know you mentioned the play. Would that be like the favorite thing?
Yes.
Or gotcha.
Play and also improving an entire puzzle for us to go through.
Yeah, yeah, that
I
was fun.
still have it on my notes because I could not figure out the look up thing.
Yeah,
I had it in my notes as like polka, and I was
yeah,
like, what does polka have to do with
yeah.
anything?
That's what happens when you give a word puzzle to people who are dyslexic. Or
Yep.
yeah,
I wrote it down the way it was written down, and I was like, I guess it can't be
yeah,
anything else other
yeah.
than the way I wrote it down.
And I will say that I'm still proud of how that turned out for how little
Mhm.
time I had. Like it wasn't well oiled, but it got the job done
It
in
worked
the
out.
fact that I had 12 minutes to prepare it.
Oh
So
yeah, and the fact that we looked up in every single
except the
room.
one, it was literally the last possible room in the dungeon to look up. And it's like, oh, there it
Yeah.
is.
And I was super suspicious of that professor from the get-go.
Yeah.
That guy, he was.
Yeah, yeah,
I also love the fact that I was finally able to do the thing, the whole reason I got message,
Yeah.
which was to make people believe it's their own mind
Yeah.
telling them to do something. So much fun.
yeah. I do remember that one time you used message and you just pointed in it was in Rosethorn. And you just pointed in a random house. Like, I see you. I know you're there. And then a
God, I
woman
did
just
that.
comes running out. She's like, no, the voices.
I
It's like,
forgot I did that. I was like, as I leave, I'm gonna point at a random house.
yeah, yeah. Oh, I wonder where she is
Yeah.
now. I wonder if she's still like locked up in an insane asylum. If she
She's
recovered,
fully.
maybe she
She
found
fully
God that
thinks.
day.
She fully thinks that she's schizophrenic or something like
Yeah,
that.
just because of this
Oh
one
my goodness.
situation.
Eric, I could start a cult. You just said. Wait, hold on. Just
I mean,
via message.
yes. Yes,
Come
you
on.
technically could. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Jarthur has his pyramid scheme. You can have a cult.
Right.
That's fine.
Right. Yeah, I can have my cult. Thank you very much.
Alright. If Zephyr could give advice to a new adventurer, what would it be?
Oh, it's just have fun.
Yeah.
Honestly, the most thing is that like don't be too afraid to do whatever the heck you want.
Hmm.
You know, just um just don't be afraid of the DM. You
Yeah.
know, he's there to make things fun,
Hmm.
and uh don't be afraid to try to sing to a bunch of rats
Yeah,
in case it
absolutely.
works.
Yeah, it
Or like
failed and it was still a memorable moment. And this
exactly.
was like 3 or 4 months ago and we're
Yeah,
still laughing about it, you know?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
It's like if there's an NPC, go up to them, talk to them, try to do something,
sure. Yeah.
make them cry with how much you're willing to pay them for their goods, and
Yeah.
they're like, I have to feed a family, don't care about
Yeah.
that, you
Sure.
know.
Yeah.
We
We don't care about families here.
don't care about
Your
that. We
your
don't care about
cult
that.
may not go that far with that kind
No,
of
no, no,
attitude.
no, 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 no.
Yeah,
But yeah. It's honestly just like don't even worry too much about like spells and like subclasses and stuff.
yeah.
Just like figure out what you enjoy
Hmm.
playing in D&D and then branch out from there, but
Yeah.
you got to enjoy it first.
Sure, yeah.
So,
Yeah, and I think that's something that a lot of new players they try to not lose and they try to win D&D. You don't
mhm.
win
You don't
D&D.
win.
It's not possible. There's
Mhm.
always going to be another big bad. Like always,
Mhm.
cuz
Exactly.
otherwise why would you
Exactly.
meet? But just it's about the adventures you have along the way.
It's about how many NPCs you can get to join your town
Yeah.
through the sheer
Correct.
power of charisma.
Absolutely. All right. Where do you see Zephyr heading level and class wise? So I want to before we answer that question, I want to circle back to the class change and like your reasoning behind that before we move forward. So originally you were rogue and then you multi-classed into bard. You
Mhm.
didn't keep bard that long, only a couple of sessions, and then I gave you guys the opportunity to basically drink this water from a magical well, respec your character, change up your ability scores in your class. Um, and then you chose to do Sorcerer for Rogue 2.
Mhm.
Why did you change, and where do you see yourself going from here?
I think the reason I changed is because I love playing bards,
Mm-hmm.
right? But it's very hard to play a bard over Zoom.
Yeah,
Because all of bard stuff is bardic inspiration, silvery barbs,
sure.
doing stuff like person to person,
Mm-hmm.
and I felt myself being like, what is even happening?
Mm-hmm.
And then the time I wanted to use silvery barbs, it was too
Yeah,
late. And I
correct.
was like, the
Yeah,
whole entire thing of a bard class is to be a support class.
sure.
And I was like, Jarthur is already not. He's not going for like a power
Oh,
wizard. He's
definitely
going
not.
for an illusionist.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And I felt like with being a bard, I was basically just Jarthur 2.0.
sure.
Like I had a couple of things, but I didn't really use them.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like being sorcerer will just allow me to do more in my turns
Sure. Yeah,
and be able to like I'll have some similar spells, but like just being able to do more with the the amount of turns I have in combat
sure.
instead
Yeah,
of just being like, I guess I shoot him with a bow
yeah,
because
yeah,
none of my spells work.
yeah.
I guess I cast vicious mockery,
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. And
stuff like that.
also the other thing too is the action economy between rogue and bard. It
Oh yeah,
it doesn't line up super
it does
great.
not. It's like I want to use my bonus actions to hide,
Hmm.
but I also want to have bonus actions for bardic.
Yeah, yeah. It takes up the main
Mm.
selling point of both characters are both bonus actions.
Bonus actions,
Yeah,
yeah. And I realized that halfway through, and I was like, it seems like it'd be cool,
yeah,
but I think sorcerer will just be a little bit better
sure.
with the meta magics.
Yeah, yeah,
So I don't remember which ones I actually picked.
yeah. You should probably
I think it
figure that out
was
before next session.
I have it somewhere on
Gotcha.
me.
And where do you plan on in the future leveling up class wise?
Oh, I think I just will stay with sorcerer
Gotcha.
and just keep going up and up and up in sorcerer. I don't think
Gotcha.
I'm gonna get any more stuff in rogue.
So you're not going to get like a subclass in rogue. You're just going to stop at two.
I might, depending if like it will fit whatever thing we're doing.
Sure. Yeah.
But I think I'll just stay with sorcerer for
Gotcha.
now.
Okay. All right. And then what are some goals for Zephyr in Lotusville? some like in-game
Ooh.
goals that Zephyrr has?
I feel like just I haven't been there for
Mm-hmm.
like I think the past like two or something
Two
like that
sessions,
because
yeah.
I've been busy.
Mm-hmm.
Exams.
Yeah.
Uh, but I feel like it's just being like getting outfitted,
Mm-hmm.
and getting to know more of the people. Not know more of the people in the village, but like expanding the village because I
Sure.
think I'm still the foreign dignitary or whatever they
Correct.
named. Yeah,
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm still in charge of the foreign policies.
Mm-hmm.
I think the goal for Zephyrr is that she just really wants a lot of money,
Yeah.
right?
Sure.
And I think she sees Rosethorn as not only evil, but also they're taking away the money that could be mine.
Specifically, the Rose Thorn Trading Company, not
Yes,
necessarily
specifically the
Rose
Rose.
Thorn
Yeah,
itself. Yeah. Sure.
no, just the Rosethorn Trading Company.
Sure.
I don't like them.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're
They're not
taking
very
away
likable people.
valuable business.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, after we saw that one guy get his like hands chopped
Yeah.
off, I was like,
Yeah. Dappledob. Mm-hmm.
I think that, maybe they're bad. I don't know.
Maybe these guys are not so great. Maybe. When they
Yeah,
chop people's hands off just for
maybe.
operating a
Just
business without
maybe.
a license,
Oh
actively
yeah, yeah, yeah.
involved in the slave trade, maybe they're not the best.
Maybe.
Yeah, yeah. All right.
But yeah.
So that's all the questions that I have. Anything else you want to talk about regarding Zephyrr or Lotus Veil campaign as a whole?
No, I think I'm good. I
Cool.
think that this has been great, but
Yeah.
it's been really fun.
Yeah. Awesome. Good deal.
And oh, here's the thing. Thank you, Eric,
Yeah.
for putting all of this together.
Yeah.
There
You're
you
welcome.
go.
Yay. Yay. So
Yay.
remember to like, comment, subscribe. If you have any questions for Zephyrr or Maria, just ask them in the comments down below and we will make sure that she answers them. So ta-ta for
I'm
now.
gonna be forced to answer them.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Or permanent disadvantage on saves. Take that. All right. Bye-bye.